If we took everybody here one at a time into a room and gave you a polygraph, I'll guarantee you over half the room does not know what they want. Some of you have traveled some distance to come here. Some of you came from Europe. Some of you came from the eastern part of the United States. Some of you came from South America. But over half of this room probably does not know what they want. And the other half are fuzzy on it. Most people don't know what they want. And especially if you got a few bucks in your kick, you know, to think of what you want. I'm getting by, I'm doing okay, you know, fine. You know, you got a nice home, well fed. I mean, what the hell? You should be satisfied with what you got anyway. Well, that's not the truth. You should never be satisfied. My grandmother was a real angel of God. One night they just came and took her away, but she was 94, and she used to tell me, you should be satisfied with what you've got. See, my mother raised 3 of us. Grandma kept the house. And so she was always trying to make things easier for my mother. That was her daughter. And her daughter had it pretty rough. She did not have a good life. And she struggled to keep the 3 of us going. And so whenever we said we want, don't want, be satisfied with what you got. Your mother's working hard. Guilt, 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 guilt. Right into the psyche. Now, Grandma was a good person. She didn't intend to do us any harm. She did not know better. But you know something? There's no allowance made for ignorance. We should not have been satisfied with what we want, what we've got. Dissatisfaction is a creative state. You should be happy with what you've got. That's different. Do you know there's a lot of people that are not happy? Most people are not happy. Happiness is something most people, you'll say, I analyzed when I was a little kid. I was never happy as a little kid. I really wasn't. I was a very unhappy kid. I didn't like my life at all. And say, I must have been happy sometimes. I was never happy. Never. I had fun every now and then, but fun and happiness are totally different. Fun is very shallow and it's short-lived. Happiness, something runs very deep and it's long-lasting. I'm a very happy guy now. But I wasn't as a little kid. Nobody taught us any of this as little kids. I mean, what the hell? They were scratching just to give us enough to eat. Successful people know what they want. My biggest objective here this weekend will get you to get clarity on what you want. And I'm going to show you then how the only thing that'll stop you is your paradigm. Everything else will work in your favor. You can have everything you want. You see, when you see yourself with what you want, you put your mind on the frequency that it has to be on to attract the thoughts, the things that are necessary to get what you want. When you know what you want and you make a committed decision, you are on an exciting trip. You're going where you've never been, and you're going to attract everything you need, and you'll get it right on schedule. Not when you want it, probably. You'll get it as you need it. Okay? To be able to shape your future, though, you have to be willing and able to change your paradigm. You got to be willing, and you got to be able. Now think. Ask yourself, am I able? Well, if you study all the religions, study all the great psychological books or programs, they'll all say that you have infinite potential. What does that mean? Well, it means that you got more potential than you can measure. It's infinite. There's no end to it. You can't go by where you are. You see, if I went by where I was when I started, man, I was a mess. I didn't have any money. I was unhappy. I never read anything. I didn't do anything to expand my world. Nothing. I mean, I knew when I went into the penitentiary, if I could win, any of those guys in there could win. I knew that. I know, I don't care what your situation is. When I could win, anybody could win. I know that because my life was a mess. And you know something? It all changed. I believe I live a blessed life. I just love the way I live. I love it. I got more energy than most people a third my age. Because I know that I got all the energy in the universe in me. I don't get energy. Nobody gets energy. That's absurd. Somebody say, where does she get all the energy? She doesn't get it. What the hell are you talking about? If all the energy is omnipresent, if it's 100% evenly present all places at the same time, then it's within me. So you don't get it. It's releasing it. Desire is the triggering mechanism to release energy. When you get the desire, baby, you're away. So you got to be willing and able. Am I able? If I've got infinite power, if all the knowledge in the universe is within me, all I have to know is how to do this. Yeah, I'm able. Well, then am I willing? Am I willing to pay the price? That's the key. Are you willing to pay the price? If you're not willing to pay the price, you don't deserve the reward. It's that simple. There's nothing complicated about this. There's no free lunch. You've got to pay the price. And if you don't pay the price, forget it. You're not going to win.
I hope you enjoyed this video. We put a lot of good information up here, and it causes everything in your life to get better. If you'd like us to notify you every time we put a new video up, hit subscribe and then turn on notification. Check out all our videos, and we will notify you when we put a new one up.